Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma here, and it's midweek, so it's another look what I've been watching. And only have a few this week. Obviously, my back is slowly getting better. As you've seen from maybe some of my videos on the other channel, we've had another dog come to stay, so he's been pulling me about and stuff. So it hasn't been the best, but it's getting there. But yeah, anyway, enough about me. So let's get on to it. So we have one Blu-ray and 4 DVDs. So no special standout ones. So the first one we have is Morbius. This is one my wife bought for me for my anniversary. And yeah, this is my second viewing of it, not realising it was out last year. How long ago that year has flown by. And again, on the second watch, I did really like this movie. For all the bad stuff that was said for it and the bomb, I think this is actually the perfect role for Jared Leto. I think Michael Morbius is perfect for him. Now, I do think the story should have been tweaked a little bit. I know there was a lot of expenses done on CG stuff, and like some of it I don't think was necessarily like the wavy forms that they kept jumping around him and Matt Smith. I don't think needed to be. It worked really well in the subway one where he flies around the subway. I thought that was amazing, but I didn't think they needed to use it much. The same with at the very first scene where he's on the cliff and that's all CG. I was like, all this time and money let's put in it, they could probably have done a few other scenes. Matt Smith, I do like him as a bad guy. I do like him in House of Dragons. Weren't really sold to him on this side. You know, he did. You know, the actors that they got did look well for the kids and when they're older. But I don't know something. I just didn't feel it was the right fit for him for this movie. And like with the dances scene in his hotel room and stuff, it was a bit like, I was like, I'm not quite sure why that's there. And it's a shame that there is no mention of a second one, and obviously with the link with the Vulture at the end. But who knows? I do think this is a good movie. I don't think it's a great movie, but definitely worth a watch. So I enjoyed it the second time, and it's still something I look forward to. I appreciate that I've now got this in the Marvel collection. So next one is another one. You see I keep mentioning these of stuff I picked up with some of the guys when they came to see me. So this is Manhunter. This is one they recommend. This is basically a kind of Red Dragon, so the Hannibal Lecter movie, I think from the early 2000s. But this is like kind of the original version. It stars Hannibal Lecter. It stars William Peterson of the CSI fame Grissom he plays. And he is basically after the kind of, I would say, serial killer that's in this. It is very, I think it's 80s, late 80s, I want to say. I can't see a thing on there, but I think it's oh no, it's really copyright 2021. I don't know what it's. Okay, I think it was late 80s anyway. You can see why William Peterson got cast in CSI. I think this was a very good, you know, promotion for how good of an actor he was, and it was a really good story. It's very kind of 80s 90s style, which I think works well. You know, there is a bit of blood and gore at the end, and you know, and all the things clip into place, and it's interesting, you know, how they work the stuff out. But yeah, I did quite like this. I say I didn't even know this existed until the guys pointed it out, so I'm very lucky to, you know, have that. And it's got like a massive book in it as well that I've not read. I'm not the biggest book fan, ain't got pictures, so that might stay there. Next one was a gift from Matt's V Movies. So this is Ultraviolet. So this I watched the other night because it had been so long I couldn't remember it. And yeah, it was okay. I mean, I did like Mila Jovovich. Some of the early fight scenes are really, really good. And when you realise the bloke who directed Equilibrium, you understand exactly why. But then when you read up, like, there was half an hour cut of this movie. There was a lot of re-twerking and stuff by the studios. So Mila Jovovich and the director, I don't know if his name is on here, Kurt Wimmer, they have both gone against that. They don't approve of this because it doesn't meet their original idea. Obviously the studio had no input from Mila Jovovich once she had done her acting stuff, and obviously the director kind of got taken out of it. So when you watch it, it's an okay-ish movie, but when you understand that a lot of it was changed and taken out and deleted and stuff, it kind of makes sense of why, you know, I'd really hope there maybe, I mean, I know there is a supposed collector's edition with 6 more minutes, Not footage, but I mean that's still almost half an hour missing. So I would like if they were able to do like a ultimate edition with that time and redirected and cut by the director. I mean, you can see the CG isn't the best from that time, but I say the martial arts and the other stuff is really good. So, but it is what it is. So another one. This is one of my 100 lists that I have over there. So this is the Pianoist. I always get I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. So this is Adrien Brody, where he is a piano player, and basically he is a Jew, and it is all about World War II and how he goes through quite a traumatic time. Is an understatement of obviously being invaded by Germany, him being rounded up, put in an asylum, his family get taken away and killed, and I would say fortunate, but I don't know if even that is the right word to use, that he is managed to avoid the concentration camps and a lot of other stuff. Survives it and goes on to be quite a well-known pianist, however you pronounce it. So yeah, I did actually like this film. I still think Schindler's List is probably the best film I've seen about World War II, but I still did really, really like this. I still think it's really good. Adrien Brody did really, really well. I was surprised he won the Oscar. Yeah, and obviously it ticks another one off my list. And then the final one that I watched last night was Gorillas in the Mist. So I hadn't seen this since a little kid, and when I say Gorillas in the Mist, it's actually Gorillas in the Mist, The Adventures of Dian Fossey. I believe it should have been the story of Dian Fossey, and they changed story for adventure. Why they did that, I don't know. But this is based on a real life lady who, from the 60s, went to the Congo, lived there for 20 years, and helped kind of repopulate the gorilla. And not saying she helped, basically stop poachers and stuff. And she spent a lot of her life helping them out and helping gorillas to actually not get killed, and obviously their hands and stuff. It is quite, there are a lot of graphic scenes. I mean, it has it as a 12, but there are fake gorillas with parts cut off and stuff in it. So please be advised, even though it says it's a 12, I would, and especially if you like animals, this can be quite shocking to you. Obviously these are all suits. I think they are very good suits for the late 80s. Where where there are people in there. There are some scenes that are normal gorillas, and there are some scenes people actors, and I couldn't tell too much of a difference because the suits were really, really good, which is a testament of the art department and stuff. But yeah, I really, really like this. It's really interesting to learn. Unfortunately, does have a good ending, even though with some negative bits in the real life story. But overall, what she did actually went on to still live, as far as I'm aware, to this day, and she has a foundation and stuff, which is good to hear. So yeah, so that is my final one. So that is look what I've been watching this week. I think it's 23, 24, something like that. Hope you're enjoying the videos. I've been Cypher Sigma. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you want to do. Otherwise, hope you're having a nice week. Hope you're staying safe, and I'll definitely see you next one.